This is Manipur, a state situated next to the Indo-Myanmar border. Manipur had been a union territory until 1972 when it officially became a state of India. In the capital city Imphal, there is a palace or fort named Kangla. Kangla was the seat of Manipur's power till 1891. It is considered a symbol of Manipuri rulers and has a special place in the hearts and minds of the Manipuri people. The fort was the traditional seat of the kings of Manipur, starting from the rule of the god king Nongda Lairen Pakhangba in 33 AD to Maharaj Kulachandra in 1891 AD. Once the home of the Manipuri royals, the fort was soon overrun by the British in the Anglo-Manipur War. Later it came under the control of Assam Rifles and was looked after by the Indian government. In November 2004, the Manmohan Singh government gave its responsibilities back to the Manipur government. The fort is now considered an archaeological monument with several shrines inside it, which are still considered sacred by the natives. Inside the Kangla fort, you will come across these huge structures of certain mythological beasts. These creatures have a body similar to that of a lion and the head that resembles a dragon. Speaking of mythological beasts, this channel already has a video on another such beast, Gandaverunda. So do check out that video as well. You can watch it right here. Coming back to the topic, these beasts are locally called Nongshaba or Kangla Sha and are considered gods in the Manipuri mythology. They guard the entrance to the fort's inner citadel called the Uttra. The first pair of these structures was constructed by Maharaja Chaurjit in 1804. They were Manipuri adaptations of the splendid Burmese mythological beasts called Chinte that guard the entrance of the pagodas in Burma. In 1819, the Burmese invaded Manipur, destroyed the Kangla fort and occupied the kingdom for the next 7 years. During these 7 years, the Kangla Shahs were severely destroyed. In 1844, Narasingh became the king of Manipur and he reconstructed the Kangla Shahs in front of the citadel in the same location as the previous structures. These structures too did not survive as they were destroyed in 1891 by the British in the aftermath of the Anglo-Manipuri War that year. A few decades later, Manipur acceded to the Indian Union in 1949 and in 2004, Kangla Fort was returned to the people of Manipur after a series of public agitations. Later on, it was decided to reconstruct the Kangla Shahs on the original site. In 2007, 2 replicas of the Kangla Shah were reconstructed on the original site where they had stood before being destroyed by the British in 1891. But apart from the mythological anecdotes, the sculptors needed some real-life reference to model the Kangla Shahs, and for this they chose this particular photo which was taken by the British in 1891 just before destroying the Kangla Shahs. The new Kangla Shahs were made and placed at the original site, but after few years of their inauguration, people started noticing something strange about the new structures. They noticed 2 rods placed upright inside the open jaws of the Kangla Shahs in a way that would prevent them from closing their magical mouths. This image struck them very hard. For centuries, although not as accurate as the structures themselves, but the Manipuri people did have a vision about the appearance of the Kangla Shahs. The presence of rods inside the jaws of the new structures seemed something not innate to the Kangla Shah. But the government for some time had a strong reason to support the presence of the rods. Rods were present in the photo taken by the British in 1891 and therefore it was assumed that the Kangla Shahs had features similar to rods inside their mouths. However, despite all this reasoning, people started getting restless. Some said that the presence of these rods was actually hurting the Kangla Shahs and that this was the cause of the suffering of the Manipuri people. Experts in the matter opined that the rods in the mouth of the statues of Kangla Shahs built in 1891 were constructed to support its mouth from further damage. The government took the matter very seriously and held long deliberations with various stakeholders. Finally, on 18th June 2021, the rods were ultimately removed from the jaws of the Kangla Shahs. A Kangla Shah can even be seen on the official state emblem of Manipur. This makes Manipur one among the very few states in India which has a mythological being on its emblem. As a wise man once said, gods are made in the image of their worshippers. So it is understandable that the Manipuri people fashioned their Kangla Shahs based on their beliefs.